Okay, I made it. I made it. Let me just make absolutely sure that I'm live. It says the event will begin at 2:53. Am I live or not? Should be. It says live. Okay. All right, I am live. Cool. Cool. That was annoying. Sorry I'm late. I had to go pick up my son, and I thought I was gonna be able to do it quickly enough to make it to the channel. Hey, Mikey, what's going on? What's going on, Mikey? I thought I was gonna be able to make it in time. Unfortunately, I was a little late. But we here now. We are here now. What's going on, Jim? You know I want the Bills to win. You know I do. Unfortunately, the Ravens are actually up 7-0. I don't know what happened. So y'all are going to get my reaction to that still in real time. What did happen? Let's see. Looks like Derrick Henry had an 87-yard touchdown run. Boy. The Bills came out on the first drive and they drove the ball a little bit, but only got to about midfield before they had to punt. And then Derrick Henry just ripped off an 87-yard touchdown run. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so right now the Bills have the ball and they are once again moving it. They have it in Baltimore territory, and it's currently looking like it's 3rd and 7. I think that according to the ESPN thing, it's 3rd and 7. I may or may not be actually at that point when it comes to my stream, because as you guys know, I'm always like a play or two behind or something stupid. So most recent play was Josh Allen passed to Khalil Shakir for 8 yards. And apparently Khalil Shakir was injured on the play, so that's not good. But it is going to be 3rd and 7 after we get back from the break, which I'm assuming is what this commercial break is about. So I should be somewhat caught up. I don't know. For once, the service that I pay for with the NFL is actually working, so hopefully that's just kind of consistently work. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, Happy Sunday. Hey, everyone. Let's go. Let's go. Bengals got a win. The Browns got a loss. The Steelers got a loss. And now we're just hoping the Ravens can get a loss. And if that's the case, then the Bengals can rest relatively easy. Even though they're 1-3, if the Browns and the Ravens can be both 1-3, and then the Steelers got their first loss against an okay Colts team, then the hope is that going forward should be good. I mean, right now the Bengals are in a position. They're 2 games behind the Steelers, right? The Bengals are 1-3 and the Steelers are 3-1. So theoretically, if they end up chasing the Steelers the rest of the season, all they got to do is beat them twice. And and that's whether or not they're actually going to do that is they haven't done that yet in the Joe Burrow era. But right now they still have like as much as that 0-3 start sucked, there's still the opportunity, right? Richardson did get hurt again. That was rough. And I'm sure you do hate the Falcons, Mikey. Y'all dropped the ball this week. Pass interference kills you again. Yep. Bet the Browns are probably saying all that too. All right, 5:40 left to go in the game, or in the first quarter. Looks like we're coming back out to the game, and Josh Allen is prepared to go against the Ravens here. The refs are stopping the game. Not sure what's going on. They're talking to McGovern there. Let's see. Connor McGovern, the starting guard, is now going off the field, and in his place, you've got Alec Anderson coming in. So something happened there. But anyway, it's going to be 3rd and 7 after the, if you'll recall, after the 8-yard pass to Khalil Shakir, and then he got injured, and then we had a big timeout, and that's where I'm joining in on all this. Bills got the ball first, couldn't do a whole lot with it, and then Derrick Henry ripped off an 87-yard touchdown run. So if you get some points on the field, or if you get some points on the board, rather. If you can go get some points on the board, then you have an opportunity to, claw your way back because, Derrick Henry's not going to rip off an 87-yard touchdown run on every play. Like, let's just be honest. He's not going to do that. So, Bills are still very much in this game, obviously. All right. Josh Allen, shotgun snap. He has to get out of pressure. There's a flag on the play. He throws it up, and that's nothing there anyway. It's just a little too high for his receiver, number 0. There's a flag on the play. I'm assuming this is going to be holding on the Bills, which is unfortunate. Keon Coleman, by the way, was his target. And, yeah, they're going to call holding on the Bills. Wonderful. Wonderful. Why DeMario hurt Tyron, hurt Caesar, hurt Eric, hurt... I don't know, Mikey. Yep, holding on the Bills. So... if I was, they're going to replay third down because of the holding. If I was the Ravens, I'd just, I don't know. If I was the Ravens, I'd just decline the penalty and take the 4th down. We lost to Black Dennis Allen. Is that who's the Ravens? I'm sorry, the Falcons head coach. Raheem Morris. You think he's Black Dennis Allen? I mean, I guess I could kind of see that. I don't know what his coaching style is, but I guess that's somewhat fair. Josh Allen's going to keep it himself, and he is going to run and get the team back in field goal position. So I think he had kind of hopes that he could get a 1st down there, but not so much. Number 10 of the Bills is getting his ankle taped up as we speak. That's Khalil Shakir, right? Yeah. That's who we were talking about earlier. Okay, yep. All right, so Tyler Bass is going to come out and attempt the field goal. It's longest he's hit in 2024 is 43 yards. This one's 50, but he's a good kicker. He should be able to make it. Just probably hasn't had the opportunity. Kick is up, and that's going to be good. There you go. Bills on the board. It's a 7-3 ball game. Like I said, Derrick Henry ain't going to rip off 87-yard touchdown runs on every play. So, hopefully the Bills' defense can come out and be much better than they were on that one single play. Drug test Younghoe Koo. I'm sure, Mikey. I'm sure. Well, I what was it? Was it Connor? It might have been Connor. I can't remember. It was somebody came into my chat during the Bengals game and was like, "Koo!" So I mean, I don't know quite what happened, but I guess he must have made a game-winning field goal at the end. With 2 seconds left, he had a 58-yard field goal. I mean, that's long, but that ain't remarkably long. Any field goal kicker worth their, salt these days can hit a 58-yarder. I mean, it's not to say they will hit a 58-yarder every time, but they totally can. Hold on, I'll be back. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, I pushed the button. Um, okay, so as I was saying, we, I just put the child to bed for the O because the Bills are on offense and I want them to win. And that is my excuse for going and doing something other than being in front of the camera. So I put the child to bed for the O. Um, Drug test Young Wei Koo. I don't think a 58 yarder is that remarkable, but fair enough. Dennis Allen needs to be fired immediately. I agree. I thought he should have been fired after last year, Mikey. I know you did too. You know, after he apologized to the Falcons, that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. As a head coach, you don't do that. That's like even if you disagree with your team, you're like, chew them out in the locker room afterwards. But no, you don't go publicly apologize for that. All right, so the bill. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, so okay, so yeah, so I'm changing my mind. It was put the child to bed for the D. That's what I really did. That's what I actually did. We put the child to get to bed for the D. That's what we did. Yep. Come on, Bills defense. Don't let Derrick Henry bust off an 87-yard run again. And that's going to be a fake to Derrick Henry, and it looks like Zay Flowers is going to get a screen to the left, and he's going to pick up about 10 yards on the play. So, all right. That's not good. That's not good. Bills defense got to do better than that. So, based off of what we've seen so far, maybe the Ravens only scoring 23. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not necessarily sitting here thinking the Bills are about to just blow the Ravens out, right? I know I predicted the score that I predicted as Lamar Jackson runs for 7 yards. I know I predicted the score that I predicted, but I want to be clear. The reason I did that is because I didn't know what to predict. So I just kind of averaged out what each two offenses have been averaging over the season. The Bills have been averaging 37 points a game, and the Ravens have been averaging 23. So, I mean, that's just kind of what I did. But I do think the Bills are going to win. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be 37-23, but why not? Why not just put that there? All right, Lamar Jackson's in the pistol formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, who bounces around, breaks one tackle, and manages to get a first down. So that wasn't 87 yards, but it was a first down. The Bills got to do better if they want to slow down the Ravens' offense. You want an apology? Yeah, Saints fans should get an apology from Dennis Allen. They really should. Tyrann Mathieu can't tackle. That's new. He used to be very good at that. Used to be the only thing he was particularly good at was tackling. The Saints should be 4-0. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Mikey. And that's a blank message. Okay. Lamar Jackson, shotgun formation. 1st and 10 from the 50. And it's going to be a fake handoff to Zay Flowers, and he's going to dump it off short to Justice Hill, who easily picks up a first down. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, boy. It's going to be fun. These last two games were in our hands. I suppose, but, like, if you're losing to the Falcons, you probably deserve to lose to the Falcons. You get what I mean? Let's see. What was the last game before that? The Eagles. You didn't deserve to win that game against the Eagles, Mikey. It was 15-12. Like, your offense was terrible. All right, so it's going to be a handoff, and I guess that wasn't so Derrick Henry's going to get the first down. I guess that last play wasn't the first down, but this one is. So, fantastic. Just what I want to see is the Ravens running all over the Bills. We're so close, man. We're so close to just getting like an ideal week for the Bengals. Bengals get the win, and then the Steelers and Browns both lose. And man, if we could just get the Ravens to lose. There is a flag on the play though, and it's going to be, was that roughing the passer? Unnecessary roughness. Okay, on the Bills. What happened? You kicked him in the face. You can't do that. Yeah, no, absolutely. 94 of the Bills just kicked freaking Patrick Ricard in the face. Like, what are you doing, dude? You stupid. That's just stupid. Like that's it's like when Jamar Chase threw a tantrum at the refs for they didn't call a hip drop tackle when they should have. Lamar Jackson's gonna run the ball himself and he picks up about 4 yards before he goes down. But it's like when Jamar Chase got understandably upset with the refs that they didn't call a hip drop tackle when one was obviously committed against him. However, the second that he just screamed in the ref's face was the second that he lost all of the high ground. And this guy, like, I don't know what, I think Patrick Ricard, maybe pushed him or something like that, and he kneed him in the face. Like, you can't do that. You just can't do that. That was a huge mistake. All right, Lamar Jackson dumps it off short to Justice Hill, who's got plenty of running room. Gets it down to about the 4-yard line, roughly. Oof. Ravens offense is getting it done right now. Last week, we blocked a punt, 2 fourth-down stops, interception, fumble, missed field goal. We should have capitalized and won. Well, yeah, that's kind of my point, Mikey. Like, you guys scored 12 points. You didn't deserve to win. Like, and no, you shouldn't have won. Like, I mean, I'm not sure the Eagles should have won either, but, like, somebody had to win that game. I was destroying my house today. I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were. Lamar Jackson's going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, and there you go. Bills stop him for no gain on that play. Can they hold him to a field goal? Possibility. Possibility. They could hold them to a field goal. Are they going to hold them to a field goal? Probably not. But could they? Yes, absolutely could. That is something they absolutely could do. No question about it. No question about it. We are 4 subscribers away from that magical 500 mark. And I made a promise to you guys, if we hit 500, I will start putting more content out. And I'm going to follow through with that. You know, it might have to be live content for a little while just because I'm so busy with everything else I'm doing. It's not going to be very highly produced like a lot of the stuff I like to put out. But then again, maybe you guys don't care. It might have to be live content for a while, but I will put content out. I promise you that. And who knows? Maybe the live content turns out people like it. You know, like I do like putting out like the highly produced content, but at the same time, sometimes the highly produced content gets 30 views. Like, I mean, last year I did an episode where I previewed the Bengals and Rams Super Bowl game, or not last year. What am I? A few years ago, when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, I did a preview, and it got 30 views. But this stream, or my Bengals Panthers stream for a Bengals Panthers game for an 0-3 team and the Panthers got 179. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe if that's what y'all want to see, then maybe that's what I'll put out. You know, my defensive roster predictions episode got 59 views. You know, maybe that's the type of stuff that I do in the future. You know, when more people are watching the show. But I don't really see a whole lot of point in putting out content if it's going to be highly produced and people don't watch it. You know, and I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, like, I'm a big part of the reason why the content hasn't been as consistent as it used to be is just because I've been busy. But I do want to put content out, so I think live content might be the way to go. I didn't say that if we did all that we should have won. Yeah, I know. You could have won. I think is a better way to put that. I don't think they should have won. I don't think the Saints deserve to win that game. Either of these games. I think they, repeatedly shot themselves in the foot, and I hope you guys win more. I just don't think that you should have won by any means. But yeah, you totally could have for sure. All right. So it is the second quarter, by the way, and immediately Derrick Henry gets a touchdown. Wonderful. So let me go ahead and update that. That's a touchdown pass to Derrick Henry from the backfield, and there's no competition there. Not a good start for the Bills so far. Kind of letting Derrick Henry do whatever he wants. If you scored it, yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. At least LSU isn't letting me down. Hey, I think Kentucky beat like what was it, like Ole Miss? They beat Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is like supposed to be really good this year or something. Yeah, they beat Ole Miss, who was doing pretty good. They were within 1 point of beating Georgia. I remember that game. Yeah, Kentucky's having a pretty good season so far, and they're not ranked. Like, I don't know. I think they're a little. I mean, they beat Louisville. Hell yeah, they beat Louisville. Fuck Louisville. They beat they beat my Bobcats 41-6. That's depressing. They lost to Georgia, but by 1 point. They got their shit rocked by South Carolina. To be fair, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe Kentucky deserves to be ranked. Like, obviously not number one or anything, but like the only like bad loss they've had is to South Carolina. They lost 31-6. But other than that, they almost beat Georgia. They did beat Ole Miss. They crushed OU. So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a big college football guy because obviously my team's Kentucky, so it's just kind of depressing. But I don't know. I don't know. I think Kentucky should be ranked. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. Defense can't get stops when the game's on the line. I know how you feel, Mikey. My team can't either, but luckily the offense is really good right now. Saints went from first to third. Yeah, it's true. What did Louisville do? They lost to us. That's what they did. Kentucky played Louisville. Where's that game? Oh, that was back in November, apparently. Okay, so never mind. That was back in November. That must have been like the bowl game or something. But yeah, we beat them 38-31. South Carolina almost beat us. Yeah, well, they kicked our ass. I'll tell you that, 31-6. Why do I hate Louisville? Because they're our rival. What? Like what? Cross-state rivals, man. Like, why do you think I hate Louisville? All right, that's a good play there by Josh Allen to throw it short, and a bit of a screen style pass there. It was Curtis Samuel on the catch, so that's pretty good. Yeah. So Kentucky, is, like Louisville is the biggest city in Kentucky, and that's where the Louisville Cardinals play. UK is from Lexington. My whole family's from the Lexington side of Kentucky, so I'm a UK fan and I don't like Louisville. That's the way that is. We hate Alabama. Yeah, it's the same idea. Except Alabama's technically a different state, but it's basically the same idea. Except, well, actually, it's a little different because LSU and Alabama play in the same conference, right? Kentucky and Louisville don't play in the same conference. It's just cross-state rivals, and there's a lot of history. There's mostly history with the basketball teams. The football teams don't have a ton of history, but as Kentucky fans, we kind of care more about basketball anyway. All right. Second quarter, Josh Allen's going to get tackled as he tries to throw, and that was on 3rd and 1, and that was just a blown-up play. He got it to Dawson Knox, but he couldn't turn it around for the first down, and the Bills are not looking good right now. So much for my 37-23 prediction, huh? That's unfortunate. It is 14 points for the Ravens, by the way. Yeah, Josh Allen just had to get rid of that ball way too quickly. Unfortunately, wasn't really his fault. He just had a guy in his face. Shoot, I've been to Alabama before. I've been to Louisville before. I've been to Louisville. I've been to Lexington. And, Louisville's a fine city. It's just I don't like their, sports team. All right, so that punt's going to go down to about the 15-yard line, and it's going to bounce to about the 18-yard line before it's stopped. Maybe the Saints will win Monday night. Who do they play Monday night? Who do the Saints play Monday night? That's the question. Chiefs? I hope so. I hope you beat the Chiefs. Hell yeah, go beat the Chiefs. Chiefs struggled a bit with the Chargers today, but ultimately came out and won because they're the fucking Chiefs, and of course they always come out and win. Let's give the number 1 overall seed to them now. Who even cares anymore? Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like bored with Kansas City at this point. You know, like the only team in the NFL who really like has a chance to beat them consistently is the Bengals, and you know we've been kind of shooting ourselves in the foot both the last 2 times we've seen them. So, well, with Joe Burrow, there was the other one which was Jake Browning, and that was a whole mess. But you know, even then we gave them a run for their money. In Kansas City, calling a Saints upset. Okay, Mikey. All right. I hope you're right. I don't know if I buy that. I do think the Chiefs are a little overrated. And the Saints, I think now that the Saints have kind of fallen off from their hot start, that you could maybe even argue the Saints are a little underrated now. Are they going to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City? I don't know. But I wouldn't be completely shocked, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't be completely and totally shocked if the Saints beat the Chiefs, you know? The fact that the Chiefs are 4-0, it's like that's such a I don't know. It's a weak 4-0 record, you know? Like, I mean, they barely beat the Bengals, and arguably on some bullshit at the end, with, you know, penalties and stuff, barely beat the Ravens. Now, they did, you know, cleanly beat the Ravens, to be fair. They barely beat the Falcons, and then they barely beat the Chargers. Like, I'm not impressed by the Chiefs so far. I'm really not. They just keep winning. Like, it's annoying. It's really annoying. Drew Brees never beat Mahomes. Well, they didn't play, like, that many times, did they? Like, I mean, you know, Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees were only even in the league together for, like, a couple of years, right? Let's see. All right, well, anyway, back to the game. So it's 1st and 10 for the Ravens. It's going to be a fake handoff to Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson has all day to throw, and he finds Isaiah Likely way down the field to the 45-yard line, because of course he does. All right. So, let's see. Played the Chiefs in 2020, in which he lost 32-29. And that was the only time he played Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Drew Brees played Patrick Mahomes once ever. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he never beat him, but he very rarely ever played him. The last time the Saints played the Chiefs before that was in 2016. All right, Lamar Jackson's gonna fake the handoff to Derrick Henry. He's gonna throw and dropped by Mark Andrews. He was wide open too. That sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. That's good. Fuck the Ravens, but for Mark Andrews, that sucks. Fun fact: the Saints tried drafting Mahomes. Did they try to trade up for him or something? What was that? What was that? The 2017 draft, I think. Yeah, it was 2017 draft. So what pick did the Saints have that year? They had pick 11. They got Marshawn Lattimore. Oh, they were the pick right after Mahomes. Okay, interesting. And that would kind of make sense because, you know, I mean, Drew Brees stuck around to 2020, but you could argue that, you know, maybe the Saints probably should have picked up Patrick Mahomes because those last few years of Drew Brees weren't quite the same as they used to be. So maybe that would have been a good move, but I think the Chiefs knew exactly what they were doing there. And a lot of us criticized, if you recall, the Chiefs for taking Patrick Mahomes, for trading up for Patrick Mahomes. Because, like, I thought that Patrick Mahomes was a guy you could pick up in the second round at the time. Now, obviously, nowadays that'd be like Bills got the Ravens on third down now here. But obviously, drafting Patrick Mahomes in the second round would today be seen as one of the stupidest things you could have ever done. Like, how did you let Patrick Mahomes fall to the second round? But at the time, the general wisdom was that he was, a bit of a project and looked like a second round type of quarterback. If you recall, the Chiefs traded with the Bills. The Bills could have had him, but, instead they traded that pick to the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson, shotgun snap, rolls back. He throws across the middle, and Nelson Aguilar's got the first down. Of course he does. God damn it. This is what I get for getting excited about a Bengals win and doubling down on it by streaming this game, right? I mean, it ain't over or anything like that, but it's definitely looking like a rough go for it for the Bills right now. Great. All right, Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson's in the pistol formation, and he's gonna pump fake and he's gonna hand it off. Good God, to Justice Hill, who just blazes forward for a first down. Nobody's even paying attention on that Buffalo defense. Good God. You're at the point where you're going to have to, see if you can hold them to a field goal and then hope that your offense just, immediately starts balling out. Man. This is rough. This is a Ravens team we got to play next week, too. All right, Lamar Jackson hands the ball off to Derrick Henry, and he gets to the second level, picks up about 5 yards on the play. Bills player who tackled him still down. Who is that? Who is that? Taylor Rapp. And yeah, he kind of he kind of was 6 yards, by the way, not 5 yards, but he kind of bent his neck when he hit Derrick Henry there. So rough way to go. That is a rough way to go about it. I'm going to go plug the laptop in for the D. That's what I'm going to do. You heard it here first. Plug the laptop in for the D. All right, the laptop is successfully plugged in. Therefore, the Bills are now going to come back and win the football game. That's what's going to happen. This next play is going to be a Lamar Jackson interception. Lamar Jackson is going to throw a pick six. And then the Bills are going to be trailing the Ravens only by 10 points because it's going to be 10 to 14. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen on this next play. Telling you that right now. You heard it here first. You didn't hear it here second because I told you before it happened. Unless you've already seen it happen, in which case you already know that that's what's going to happen, right? Because I don't know how far behind I am the main stream here, right? That 2017 draft was the best draft class ever, was it? Not for us. We drafted John fucking Ross. And we drafted John fucking Ross that year. That was terrible. I mean, you had some, and we also got Joe Mixon that year, to be fair. But I mean, yeah, you had it was a pretty good class for sure. But best ever, I don't know. Might be an interesting thing to do a video over. Derrick Henry, there you go, Bills. There's a flag on the play, but the Bills don't give Derrick Henry an inch on that play. They might have actually lost a few inches. There's a flag on the play. What's the flag? It came from the backfield, so it is holding, yes, on the Ravens. So they're going to push them back. Holding on Patrick McCarry. And it didn't even do anything anyway. The Bills still swarmed Derrick Henry. Let's see. McCarry. Are we sure that's holding? I mean, maybe. I don't know. That was a soft holding call. Not that it matters because they still stopped Derrick Henry. But now it's going to be 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Lamar Jackson takes the shotgun snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking around. Dances, has all day to throw and does throw. And I almost called that interception. Not quite, but I almost called that interception. I would have been a playoff, but man, that would have been if I had been right about that, that would have been the coolest thing. That would have been the coolest thing there. That was a massive overthrow, and Nelson Aguilar does a great job to get his hand up and get his hand on the ball, and actually almost kind of comes down with it. Not really, but that could have easily been an interception if. That could have easily been an interception if Aguilar doesn't make that heads up play. So, all right, Lamar Jackson, he's going to throw short this time to Justice Hill, who has all day to run the ball. Good God, and he picks up the first fucking down. Jesus. Maybe the Bengals defense isn't that bad because the Bills defense looks pretty awful. The Bills' defense looks pretty pathetic right now. And, I mean, the Bengals' defense is bad, but, that's really bad. You got me curious now. Who's got the worst defense in the NFL right now? Worst passing defense is the Vikings, apparently. Derrick Henry's going to get the carry, and he picks up about 3 yards before he's taken down. So the Vikings apparently have the worst passing defense in the NFL with they've allowed 1,201 yards. The Bengals are way down this list. Damn, I'm kind of surprised. The Panthers have allowed the most passing touchdowns. So for what that's worth. The Commanders have allowed the highest quarterback rating. Really, honestly, statistically, the Bengals defense really isn't that bad. That's kind of surprising. Because they've looked pretty bad, at least the last couple of weeks. Right over the top to Justice Hill for the touchdown. Are you fucking kidding me, Bills? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, well, the Ravens now are going to be at 20 points, and they're 3 points away from the entire score that I predicted them to get in this ballgame. Now, again, that was based off of averages, to be fair. But, man, that's a rough way to go about it if you're the Bills. This is a bad game for them so far. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed. This is terrible. This is a terrible game. All right. According to this list, the Bengals defense is actually better than the Ravens defense, only by a little bit. The Bengals have allowed a 94.5 quarterback rating, and the Ravens have allowed a 95.6 quarterback rating. This is also, the Bengals' defense looked pretty good for the first 2 weeks. It's just these last 2 weeks they've looked really bad, right? So to be fair, that's part of where it's coming from. And then rushing defense, the Raiders have allowed the most yards per carry with 5.4, and the Bengals are pretty much middle of the pack. They've allowed 4.4. The most touchdowns is the Cowboys, who have allowed 8 rushing touchdowns allowed by the Cowboys. And this is where the Bengals defense is showing some issues. They've allowed 5 rushing touchdowns, which is 1, 2, 3, tied for 4th worst in the NFL. So for what that's worth, the Bengals have definitely not been the best in that category. Interceptions. The Packers lead the NFL with 8 interceptions. The Bengals have 3 interceptions, which ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th best in the NFL, I suppose. Tackling. How about tackling? No, this doesn't show those kind of stats. Bengals have 8 sacks. That's better than I thought they would. Because they just have not been getting a lot of pressure on quarterbacks lately. Now, part of it is injuries. That's part of the issues we're having, but that's not really a good excuse either. Let's see. We can find a report for missed tackles in the NFL. I don't think I have access to Ultimate anymore, so I can't really do it that way. There we go. How about StatMuse? Which team has the most missed tackles in the NFL? Well, the Colts have the most tackles, apparently. That's not really what I asked. I asked about missed tackles. Well, that's useless. Which NFL teams are struggling the most with missed tackles in 2024? Now, this is an article from 4 days ago, so it's not taking this week into account, to be fair. Let's see. The Buccaneers have had the most missed tackles in the NFL with 41. The Bengals. I don't see them on this. Here we go. 29. So they're about middle of the pack. The Bills are at the same spot as the Bengals, so I don't know. Maybe from what I'm reading up as far as these stats go, maybe I should stop belly aching about the Bengals defense so much, because it looks like they're not too far off as far as middle of the pack goes. They're not a horrendous defense, but then again, that's also partially skewed by the fact that they had a pretty good first 2 weeks, and then the last 2 weeks have just been absolutely horrendous. So that's probably part of why they look middle of the pack, because they had a great start and a terrible finish. Or terrible last 2 weeks, anyway. Josh Allen throws over the middle, and that's almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by the Ravens on that one. That's just good. Good God. What are you doing, Bills? The Bills look awful tonight. Just awful. We got 7:30 left in the second quarter right now, and the Bills just look like they forgot to show up. The Jets lost to the Broncos 10-9. Good God. I think Aaron Rodgers is about done, y'all. Josh Allen throws it short this time to Khalil Shakir. That's good to see he's back. Dealt with an injury earlier. Looks like he's doing okay now. Rashee Rice is feared to have suffered a torn ACL against the Chargers. That's not good for the Chiefs. Not good at all for the Chiefs. They already lost... what was it? They lost Pacheco too, right? Josh Allen shotgun snap. He's just got people all over him immediately. Terrible blocking by the Bills. Absolutely horrendous blocking. So Andy Reid is apparently unsure if Isaiah Pacheco will return this season. He he hurt his fibula, I guess, somewhere near the ankle. I guess I don't know. I don't know for sure, but that's what these articles say. So, Chiefs dealing with a lot of injuries, and yet they keep just getting away with everything. So does that mean we beat the Chiefs? I hope so, Mikey. I hope you do. I really hope you do. You know, I'm not really terribly concerned with the Chiefs right now because like the Bengals got to like take care of their own house before they start worrying about other people's. But yeah, no, I definitely hope you beat the Chiefs. Like, cause I want to see the Chiefs lose. I hope y'all beat the Chiefs. I hope the 49ers beat the Chiefs. Although the 49ers don't look great lately. Um, Hopefully the Raiders are just on a hot streak. Maybe they can beat the Chiefs. Buccaneers look pretty good. They could maybe beat the Chiefs. The Broncos are terrible, so they're not going to beat the Chiefs. The Bills have looked really good this season, but they look bad tonight, so I couldn't tell you. Panthers are bad. Raiders, we just talked about the Raiders. The Chargers almost beat them this week. Browns are bad. Texans probably aren't going to beat them. Steelers are bad. Like, honestly, just bad. And then the Broncos again. Broncos are very bad. If we beat the Chiefs, what will you say if we blow them out? Dude, Mikey, if you guys blow them out, if you guys blow them out, I might actually care a little bit about that. Like, I mean, I'll care anyway, but like, I might actually genuinely like. I might make a whole video about that. If you guys blow the Chiefs out, I might make a video about that. Like, look at the Chiefs, they're so overrated type of video, And also giving plenty of praise to the Saints, too. I won't leave you guys high and dry like that. Oh, boy. I think I need some coffee. That's what I need. I need coffee. Doing this late game here, and I shouldn't have done this game. I got to get up early tomorrow. I shouldn't have done this game. This was a poor decision, but I'm already here now, so we're gonna do this. I don't know if this turns into a blowout. I might not stay for the whole game, honestly. Like if the Ravens are winning like 30 something to whatever at halftime, I might just bail. I'll be honest, because I do have to get up in the morning. So, for what that's worth. I'm going to go get some coffee for the D, because I believe the Ravens are actually on now. Oh, damn it. We're back. I'll go get coffee later then. Fine, whatever. Oh, wait, there's only 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Okay, so if the Ravens, how about this? If the Ravens score on this drive and the Bills don't answer with any points, I think I'll probably just bail at halftime. That's what I think I'm going to do. Because I got to get up in the morning, and, I mean, normally I'd stay for a blowout, but, like, I'm also not trying to just be, like, wrecked tomorrow morning. Lamar Jackson throws it short to Nelson Aguilar, and he gets tackled in the backfield. There you go, Bills. Finally, something. There's a flag on the play, too. The Chiefs, every year, they almost lose one game you don't expect them to. Maybe it'll be Monday night. I don't know about that. I think the Chiefs do a lot of shit you don't expect them to do every year, and then they go win the Super Bowl. Fix the scoreboard 21-3. All right. Whatever penalty it was declined. I'm guessing it was on the Ravens. Bills will just take the momentum shift. All right. 2nd and 12 for the Ravens. Is it wrong that I'm almost kind of rooting for the Ravens to continue blowing the Bills out so that I can just go to bed? This was an interesting decision. I just got hyped about the Browns winning, or about the Browns losing. Lamar Jackson, he runs with it and he picks up the first down. Once again, the Bills' defense looking awful. Yeah, if the Ravens score on this drive, I might just bail. Sorry, guys. Derrick Henry runs and picks up the first down. We do play the Ravens next week, Mikey. We do play the Ravens next week. And so I'm not that worried if the Ravens lose this week, because if the Ravens win this week, then we can just even things up with them next week, and that's totally fine. Like if the Ravens win this game and we beat the Ravens next week, then that would put both us and the Ravens at 2-3. Except we'd have a tiebreaker over them because we beat them, right? So I guess I'm mostly cool with whatever. I'd rather see the Ravens lose, but I'd also rather the Bengals like beat them on their own merit. As Derrick Henry takes the handoff and picks up maybe about a yard and a half. Falcons play the Buccaneers on Thursday night. That's gonna be a barn burner. Well, not a barn burner. The Buccaneers will probably crush them. Hi, King Bozo. How you doing? Just a heads up. I just kind of announced this, but I have to get up early in the morning, and this game sucks right now. So I'm probably gonna if the Ravens score on this drive, I'm probably gonna bail. If the Bills stop them, then maybe I'll stick around. But if the Ravens score on this drive, I'm probably gonna bail at the half. All right, Lamar Jackson dancing around and over the middle. Good God. Down to the 35-yard line is Rashad Bateman. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see the Ravens lose this game, but again, Bengals got to play them next week anyway, so might as well have that be the deciding factor. There's a flag on the play as Derrick Henry picks up about 3 yards. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Why am I watching this? Well, because the Ravens are. I was watching this because the Ravens are a rival of the Bengals, so it kind of matters to me. That's the main reason. But it's just been a complete and utter blowout so far, and it's just not interesting. And I mean, normally I wouldn't bail on a game like this. I definitely would never do this with a Bengals game, you know. But with since it's a Ravens Bills game, you know, and it's a blowout, I don't know. We'll see. Lamar Jackson runs with it himself and just dives over people, and he fumbled the ball. The Bills recover. Let's go. Too loud. My bad. My son's trying to sleep. Lamar Jackson fumbled the ball, and I saw the Bills recover. I'm guessing they probably are going to recover. So hey, maybe I'm going to stick around now the rest of the game. I did say if the Ravens score, then I'm going to bail. But they're obviously not going to now. Hey, maybe the Bills can turn this into a momentum shift. And they can get a touchdown on this drive. If they can get a touchdown on this drive, and I mean, who gets the ball first in the second quarter? Because that's what the Bengals did, right? The Bengals this week, they doubled up. So let's see. Who got the ball first? I believe the Ravens got the ball. No, the Bills got the ball first. Okay. So, for what that's worth. So the Bills, if the Bills can get points, then they can get back in this ball game. And then maybe the defense can do, you know, something interesting in the second half. Yep. All right. James Cook's going to get the handoff. I'm not sure why they're running right now, but whatever. He picks up about 5 or 6 yards there. Seeing the Bengals win at my first ever NFL game, let's go, Kara, let's go, was absolutely magical. My 4 kids and I went in honor of their dad who passed away in 2020. So glad I could check that off the bucket list for him. Well, hey, you know what? I'm glad you got to see that, Kara, and I'm glad they won for you. You know, like, I mean, that's really cool. That makes me happy that you got that. That's really awesome. That's the kind of heartwarming stuff that that you really just love seeing when it comes to football. Like, and this is why I love the Bengals because, well, this is why the Bengals can make it good, right? Like obviously the Bengals have been heartbreaking a lot of times, but when when your team does something special like that, that really that hits on a whole different level, Let's go, Kara. Let's go. I'm sorry that happened with your with either I don't know if it, your kid's dad. I don't know what his relationship was with you, but I'm sorry that happened. Fumbled like Kirk Cousins, except the defense recovered. you're just not gonna let that go, are you, Mikey? Nice win, by the way. Let's go, King Bozo. And I'd say I'm sorry your team lost, but you're a Steelers fan, so I'm not. I'm not sorry your team lost. I'm glad they lost. But yeah, it wasn't the best one of all time. Like they did really good at first, and then they kind of started to take their foot off the gas in the second half, and but I mean by the end of it they got it done. But I don't know. It was a bit of a sloppy way to get that win. Lady Kara, sorry for your loss, but if it makes you feel better, I use my grandma's username here to honor her. There you go, Mikey. No, I know you're upset about that. Let's go, Kara. Let's go. Really glad the Bengals got that win for you. I mean, I'm glad the Bengals got a win in general, frankly. They really desperately needed one. And I know they started 0-3, but, the offense looks spectacular right now. The defense, but, I'll say one thing. The Commanders just wrecked ship again this week. I think Jaden Daniels might be the real deal. And because of that, maybe the Bengals defense gets a little bit of a pass. Like, not a big one, but maybe especially with all the injuries on defensive line, maybe you can kind of say, hey, give them a mulligan on that one. And they were good the first 2 weeks of the season. They weren't really that great today, but they got the job done. And Andy Dalton had a big game last week, right? So, the comeback is still very much within the cards, 0-3 doesn't kill your season. I've said over and over again, the Texans made the playoffs in 2018. They started 0-3. Why can't we do it in 2024? That was 6 years ago. 6 years ago? Wasn't that damn long ago. Josh Allen shotgun snap, and he's going to step up and get out of the pressure and doesn't quite get the first down. I'm not sure why he slid that early, but hey, picks up a few yards. Win or lose, who day every day. Let's go. Who day every day. Every single day. It's a mental health disease, but it's the one that we live. So let's go. I told you people, Jaden Daniels. You did say that, Mikey. You did say that. He looks pretty damn good right now. I'll give Jaden Daniels his props. He looks pretty fucking good right now. Josh Allen takes a shotgun snap. He throws over the middle, and that's broken up. Great play by the Ravens there. It's going to be 4th and 2. Marlon Humphrey, I believe, was the one who picked that up. Kyle, can you turn up your mic? I have my volume all the way up, and I can barely hear you. I can try. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. It looks like the volume was pretty far down. So is that better? Hopefully that's better. Let's see. Okay, hopefully that looks good. Or hopefully that sounds good. Let me know how that sounds. Kyle, you only scored 34. 34 is a pretty good amount to score. I mean, the offense, that's the thing. As bad as, or as many, little things as you could point out and say, the offense could have done this better, the offense could have done that better, they still scored 34 points. So, I mean, it's really hard to we scored 47. Cool. We scored 34 points though, and that's perfectly fine. That's all you really need to score, 30 points. I've said all season. I've been saying this for years. If the Bengals get to 30, they're going to win pretty much every game. Now, obviously not always, they got to 30 and they couldn't beat the Commanders. But for the most part, if the Bengals get to 30, they're going to win like 90% of their games if they get to 30 on offense. And the offense has been looking really good lately. I'm live. I am live, John. I think I said earlier if the Browns if the Browns beat the Raiders, or if the Raiders beat the Browns, then I'll go live for the Ravens and Bills game. Now, I also said a few minutes ago, I said this is starting to turn into a blowout, and I have class in the morning, so I might bail at halftime if the Ravens score again. But Lamar Jackson turned the ball over, so I guess I won't be getting sleep tonight. Oh well. Probably be going getting coffee at halftime, especially if I think the Bills are going to go for it here. So if the Bills can get some points, and we maybe have a ball game, like if the Bills can get a touchdown, I think we have a ball game. If the Bills get a field goal, we have a ball game, but it's not as much. Is it a delay of game on the Bills? Oh God. Or is it on the Ravens? Because John Harbaugh is the one shaking his head. Yeah, John Harbaugh is the one who's pissed off. So I guess that must have just given the Bills a free set of downs. Okay, cool with me. Yeah. So if the Ravens score one more time before the half, I'll probably bail at halftime. But right now, it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. I missed your one comment. Which one? Which one did I miss? Yeah, I think I got all your comments, King Bozo. Unless you sent one that didn't come through. Josh Allen rolls back, shotgun snap. He's going to throw way massive overthrow. Where the hell was he throwing that ball? Like, what the hell are you doing there, Josh Allen? I mean, it wasn't dangerous. There was nobody in the vicinity. Like, I mean, I was probably closer to catching that ball. And I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm in Fairfield, Ohio. But, either way, I'm nowhere near Baltimore, Maryland. I was probably close to catching that ball than any of the guys on the field were. Any of the guys. Like, no Ravens players either, but still, Jesus. Going to be 0-3 the first month of the season is kind of our thing. Most Super Bowl seasons start off that for them Cincy boys. Yeah, kind of. All right, Josh Allen, shotgun snap. He's going to throw it deep this time, and he's got... he had Keon Coleman, but Coleman dropped it. It's 3rd and 10 now. Well, it's no 0-2. The first month of the season is our thing. 0-3, not so much. That one's new. But they can definitely come back from 0-3, especially with the way their schedule is. The fact that they haven't lost any division games yet, that's pretty crucial. A touchdown, you mean like the Falcons' defense and special teams, but not offense, I guess. So Browns or Raiders lost. The Browns, the Browns lost to the Raiders. And because the Browns lost to the Raiders, I said I was going to stream this game tonight. So Josh Allen oh my God, he's just getting absolutely taken advantage of in the backfield there. That's terrible. So it's going to be 4th down and 10 now. Good God. My volume's quiet? Why is it? Okay, look, King Bozo said that earlier. Said my volume wasn't good either. Is this better? That's weird that my volume's so quiet. I can't believe that we lost to the fucking Colts of all teams. It's because the Steelers aren't good. I am a little surprised the Steelers defense let the Colts do that much scoring with, mostly with Joe Flacco in the game, but all right, Bills are punting the ball away. This is annoying. And it's going to be a touchback. Wonderful. Volume is low. Can confirm. Still? Why? That's really weird that my volume's so low. You're using headphones. I don't know why my volume's so low. Cause like King Bozo earlier said that it sounded better. Sounds normal on my phone, but on my computer it's quiet. That's really strange. I wonder if I can check it out. Let's see. I mean, has it been that way this whole time? Because like it didn't like nobody's really bringing that up earlier. Like, did it just randomly go that way? Let's see. Hello. There we go. Hello. Okay. Sounds like the volume's fine to me on my computer. Yeah. See, you can hear that coming through my speakers, right? Yeah. Maybe a little quieter than normal, but okay. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Let me check my phone. Hello, testing, 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 testing. No, I'm on Do Not Disturb. That's probably not going to help. Okay. Hello, my name is Kyle Phelps. Hello, my name is okay. Kyle Phelps. Yeah, no, I see. I'm getting the same thing. That's weird as hell. So on my on my phone, the volume is much more noticeable. It's not on my computer. That's really strange. That must be a YouTube thing, though. That's got to be a YouTube thing. I don't know. I did have my phone, my mic volume down, like way down, like to here earlier. So that was, I think, causing problems earlier. But now, yeah, I don't know. That's got to be a YouTube thing. Can't believe we lost the Falcons of all teams. I know, Mikey. Does sound a little louder after you turn it up. Yeah. Here, I'll put it to full volume. Does that help? As long as I'm not clipping on the thing. It says I'm not clipping, so I'll just turn the microphone to full volume. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It was happening to me Monday night. I didn't notice that on Monday night, Mikey. I mean, I wasn't there a whole lot, but I was there a little bit. YouTube, get your shit together. It's true. All right, so Derrick Henry's going to get the handoff, and he goes basically nowhere. Not that it matters because the Ravens are... If I'm the Ravens, I'm just running the clock down at this point. I don't know why they didn't just kneel on it, honestly. Okay, all right. Well, so we're going into the half. Ravens are up 21-3. I kind of want to bail. But I said I only said I would if the Ravens score again, and they didn't. So at least there's some hope that maybe the Bills defense can kind of get things together. I don't know. We'll see how I'll give it some time in the third quarter. If the Bills start getting blown out again, I think I might bail though. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna stick around for at least part of the third quarter though, because I gave it a thing. I said I was gonna do this, and that did not happen. So I'll stick to my word. I'm gonna be somebody when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So we'll stick around for halftime and for the beginning of the third quarter. And if the Bills start playing better, I'm obviously gonna stick around for that. But if it turns into a blowout, I'm just gonna probably go get some sleep, honestly. But for now, I'm going to go get some coffee. So considering the Ravens get the ball first, I guess that means I'm going to go get coffee for the D. I need somebody to write puns for me because I'm not good with that stuff. I see your comment, Mikey. I'll be back in a second. For now, I'm not going to do that. Enjoy the chair. Coffee achieved. And now the Buffalo Bills will win. That's how that works, right? That's how that works. I got coffee, and now we're going to win. The team that I am rooting for is going to win the football game. That's how that works, right? Again, I'm happy the Bengals got the win, right? I'm happy the Browns lost. I'm happy the Steelers lost, and we play the Ravens next week. So I guess like whatever, it's still a pretty damn good week for a Bengals fan, even if the Ravens do like finish this game in a blowout. The NBC panel right now is like contenders looking like pretenders. They're talking about the Bengals. Like, shut up. Shut up. Let's talk about this halfway through the season. These freaking 4-week overreactions. Our remaining schedule: Chiefs, Buccaneers, Broncos, Chargers, Panthers, Falcons, Browns, Rams, Giants, Commanders, Packers, Raiders, Buccaneers. How much do you win? Let's see. So you got the Chiefs. Can't imagine you're gonna win that game. Bucks. You're not gonna beat the Bucks. Broncos. You could probably beat the Broncos. So that's one. Chargers. I think you'll beat the Chargers. Panthers. You'll probably beat the Panthers. I think you'll beat the Falcons the second time around. Browns. Maybe you beat the Browns. I'll just say tentatively right now. I'll give the Browns to you. Rams, you probably beat the Rams. So, Jesus, I'm predicting like a 6-game win streak for you guys here. Giants, you probably beat the Giants. At this point, I'm going to take one of those wins away. Let's say just for realistic sake, you'll probably lose one of those games. Let's say man, they're all bad teams. I'll take the Chargers game away. Commanders, I think the Commanders will beat you. Packers, the Packers will probably win that game because Jordan Love will be fully healthy again by then. Raiders, that one's a toss-up. Buccaneers, I think the Buccaneers are going to sweep you, honestly. So that's 6 wins, maybe 7, depending on the Raiders. What's your record now? 2-2. So I guess that puts you at 8-9, right? So 8-9, I guess, is my prediction for the Saints right now. We got a sub since the Panthers game, did we? Because we got a sub during the Panthers game. Yeah, 496. We got a sub during the Panthers game. It was I forget the guy's name. It was like S420 or something like that. I remember his name had 420 in it. But yeah, we got a sub during the Panthers game. That guy kind of came in at the end. Mikey, are you at least losing 1 to the Bucks? I think you're losing 2 to the Bucks, honestly. I know who you want to win, but Bills' defense is terrible so far. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna win anymore, Jim. I predicted the Bills to win 37-23. Not anymore. Not anymore. I think now I'm gonna officially say, and I know it's gonna be a controversial take, but my official prediction now is that the Bills are gonna lose. So, but they showed a little bit of fight there at the end of the half. Not much, but they showed a little bit of fight there at the end of the half. So. I'm going to give them at least a couple drives in the third quarter before I bail. So, it was pretty cool getting to witness the Panthers acknowledge Julius Peppers for making it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, dude, Julius Peppers was a damn good player back in the day. Julius Peppers was the man. The Panthers were not a great football team, but Julius Peppers was always something else. Got a commemorative towel with him on it. That's pretty cool. We're growers, not showers. I wonder what that's referring to, Kara. I'm actually kind of confused. What actually I know what the joke is, but what are they actually talking about with the towel? What is Julius Peppers known for growing? Not like that, but you know what I mean. How are you losing to the Ravens? They're ass. The Ravens aren't ass. The Ravens are vastly overrated. And they have a lot of problems, but they're not ass. Like how the Bills have only scored 3 points so far. That's I don't know. I don't know where that came from. That's kind of wild to me. But the Ravens aren't ass. They're just. I think the Ravens are overrated. I think, but they're not looking like it right now. 8 or 9 wins. That's about what I'm predicting, Mikey. And maybe give them 9. If I'm wrong, but yeah, about 8 or 9 wins is about what I'm thinking. Because the Bills' defense sucks, Richard. Because Richard, like, yeah, the nickname for Richard is Dick. So right now the Bills' defense sucks, Richard. That's kind of funny. New to me. Oh yeah. You were not here when that happened, Jeff. That was right as I was ending the stream. Like the game was over and that guy stopped in. I think he was saying "Hooday," and then I was like, "Hey, yeah, we got subscribe to the channel. I haven't seen you before." And he's like, "Okay." So that's how that happened. It was like right at the end there. Hooday! Let's go, Kara. Hooday! If we beat the Chiefs, I'll be on top of the world. Dude, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if we beat the Chiefs, Mikey. Fuck the Chiefs. The Bengals aren't into showing our seasons. We're into growing our season wins. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's very true. The Bengals are very much... See, that's actually really kind of the Bengals' whole philosophy, I've kind of noticed. The Bengals like being the underdog. Like, when the Bengals... when everybody thinks that the Bengals are like a top tier team, that's when they tend to like just not show up. But when everybody's kind of written the Bengals off, that's when they show up and play really good football. So I'm not saying that they intentionally lost those first 3 games to like try to get the narrative back to that. But I am saying that it's not incorrect to say that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they're playing better now. Bag of Richards, yeah, bag of Richards. The Bills' defense is a bag of Richards right now. It's just awful. The Saints currently are in the playoffs. Well, it's been 4 games, Mikey. So I'm sure there's not really a whole lot of fair enough. I mean, they could make the playoffs, Like I could be wrong. The Saints could end up winning 10 games. I just don't think they will. I think it's gonna be 8. It could be 9, depending on the way that the like that Raiders game. I think is a bit of a toss up. So they could maybe win that game, but I'm gonna guess 8 wins for the Saints this year. It has. I know another Bengals fan who said the same thing. That's just my perspective. If Daddy Issues was a team, what, us? You think so? Or like the Bills, like if Daddy Issues was a team, is Mike Brown Daddy? Is that what we're going for at this point? Like I guess kind of. I don't know. Why does Richard even mean that? Because I don't know why Dick is a nickname for Richard. I couldn't tell you where on earth that comes from, but that's why. Considering they barely beat the Chargers, if they didn't Charger with special teams fuck up and going for it, it's not surprising. They're on fraud alert, bailed out by the refs 3 weeks in a row, 1-3. Dude, the Chiefs are on fraud alert every year, and they just get bailed out constantly. Now, part of it is maybe you could maybe say something about the refs or favoring them a little bit, but I think part of it is just like the Chiefs are so good at taking advantage of situations when they come. Like nobody takes advantage of favorable situations like the Chiefs do. Like that, and that's a really good skill to have, because I mean, look at the Bengals this year. Ooh, Bills get a good hit on Lamar Jackson there. That's he just has to throw that ball away. That was almost intentional grounding, you could argue. Jeff says flag on Baltimore. Yeah, I'm going to guess this is going to be intentional grounding on Lamar Jackson. Yep, intentional grounding. Let's go. We've got something to prove. We've got a lot to prove. But that's the thing. The Bengals pretty much only play well, it seems like, when they have something to prove. When they have proved it, they lose all their motivation. How the name? Yeah, I've always thought that's weird too. How like who's like, you know, like who's going around to people named John and they're like, oh hey Jack, that's a good name for you. Like it took me years to realize that Jack was just a nickname for John. Like why? Like only one of those letters is the same as Lamar Jackson throws to Justice Hill for a couple of yards, but on 2nd and 24, it's not going to be nearly enough of what you need on that play. Chaz sort of makes sense for Charles, but that was also eye-opening. Yeah, I didn't expect Chaz. I mean, you can kind of see that though, because like Charles, like if you say Charles faster, like Chaz, like Chad, you know, like kind of get that like Brooklyn accent kind of going. You can kind of get there. The nickname for Chester is Chet. That one's kind of weird. But yeah, Lamar Jackson shotgun snap. He's bouncing around. He's gonna throw it deep. And Zay Flowers drops it. Loser. You know what I need to do? I need to get some clips to throw up like during fun stuff, and that'll be one of them. That'll be Nelson going. Zay Flowers dropped it. There you go. James and Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy's another weird one. I've never understood. So I've been learning Gaelic, right? Like Scottish Gaelic, ever since I got back from Scotland, just because I am a gigantic nerd, I guess. Decent little return by the Bills, get it out to about the 40-yard line on that punt. But I've been learning Gaelic, and apparently the name Seamus. I don't know if y'all knew this, but like Seamus. Actually is the Gaelic name for James. I guess it kind of makes sense, like James, Seamus. So, I mean, like, you know, you change some of those letters around and you kind of get that. But, like, I never would have equated Seamus and James until I learned that in Gaelic, right? So, it's interesting. And names are interesting, you know? I don't get a cool nickname. I really like my name. Kyle's a good name, but I don't get a cool nickname, you know? We Kyles don't get any nicknames. Except we just punch holes in drywall. Josh Allen's going to hand the ball off to James Cook, who just goes backwards and manages to fight his way back near the line of scrimmage, but still loses about a yard. That was a weird play. Don't do that again. What are you doing? Just wait till the 4th. Ravens can't choke a lead. They're the 2023 Minnesota Vikings. Can't not win without being one score close game. No wonder no one takes the Ravens seriously. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Richard. The Ravens are known for choking away leads. So they could totally do that in this game. That's why I said if the Ravens score again, I'm going to bail. But if not, I'm going to give it some time and see what happens. And I think that's a little bit of what you're seeing right now is you're seeing that second half Ravens stuff happening. So hopefully the Bills can take advantage of it. Josh Allen shotgun snap. He throws, and that's caught for about a 6-yard pickup. So it's going to be 3rd down. Gaelic is cool. Welsh is terrifying. I was learning Welsh until I went to the UK and then I switched to Gaelic, and I'm probably going to go back to Welsh. Welsh is terrifying. Don't get me wrong. With all those, they got tons of just like the W's and Y's are out of control in Welsh. But I was learning a little bit of Welsh, and I do kind of want to get back to that. But my wife also wants to learn Irish with me. She's learning Japanese, and she wants to learn Irish with me when she's done with that, and I kind of want to learn Irish too, so I'm just going to learn all the Celtic languages. Josh Allen shotgun snap. He has to roll out of pressure and just keeps his legs moving. Throws it deep, and he's got a man. Holy crap, down to the 10, down to the 5, and almost gets in the end zone. What was that? That was Khalil Shakir, guy who got hurt before. And that was at the very last second Josh Allen found him for a huge pass. That was a great play right there by Josh. That was a classic Josh Allen play right there. That's exactly when you talk about Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. That's what you're talking about. That was like I've seen Joe Burrow do something like that one time, but it was like a 20-yard pass, not a 50-yard pass. You know, and I went nuts. That was in the playoffs against the Raiders. I went nuts when Joe Burrow did that. I'd be going nuts right now, but my son's sleeping, and neither of these are my teams. So, all right. So Johnson gets to the outside. He gets in for the end zone. There you go. Bills are on the board, baby. Let's go. This game's actually useful now, and I am not going to be getting much sleep tonight. I can already tell. At this point, we're going to be going to the final whistle. And yep, I was talking about bailing at halftime, but I know the Ravens. And I just wanted to give it a little bit longer, see what happened, and here we are. Look, it's still gonna, like, you know, if as long as they get the extra point here, it's still gonna be an 11-point ball game. You know, it ain't no gimme, but this is what the Ravens do. They blow leads. So there you go. You love to see it, and the extra point is in fact good. Just get a Goxler. What? A Goxler? Sample a few audio, although it's being discontinued with support. Pissed me off hearing that. What's a Goxler? It's like a board. Yeah, I don't need that. I understand what you mean, but like, you know, I got OBS here, and OBS has a ton of, like, you know, basically everything you could need from, like, you know, a soundboard like that. I can basically do all that stuff here through OBS. I just have to actually go get them. Oh wow, learned something new. Yeah. I learned. I've been learning Gallic, and interestingly enough, my degree I'm getting in school right now is in digital media. And the one thing you can do with Gallic, as far as being useful goes, is you can work for BBC Alaba, which is, like, you know, the only reason why Gallic even exists as a language these days is because the BBC and the Scottish government kind of try to prop it up. And the one thing you can do, well, you can also teach Gallic, but if you're not going to teach Gallic, the one thing you can do is contribute to it from a media perspective. So maybe that's the direction I go. I talked about moving to Scotland, you know. The one thing that would make me sad about moving to Scotland is it would make it really hard to go to Bengals games, right? But since I watch almost all of them on like over YouTube like this anyway, I mean, it kind of doesn't really matter where I go now, right? So might be kind of fun. Kyle is that one kid getting blasted on White Claws. I have never had White Claw. I don't actually entirely. To be honest with you, I don't even entirely know what White Claw is. It's like a seltzer, right? Hard seltzer with vodka and soda. Okay, so yeah, I've never had White Claw. Now I did when I was in my, you know, partying days. I did really like the Smirnoff Ice. You know, those seltzers. I was a fan of those seltzers. So I guess I could have been a White Claw person at one time, but I don't think White Claw was much of a thing back then. But I've generally always been more of like a beer and whiskey kind of guy. I liked the seltzers, but it was about the only type of fruity drink I ever drank. Right. For the most part, for me, it was beer, whiskey, rum. I like rum. I'm a big rum guy. I would occasionally drink vodka if and I you know, there are a few different things that I drank, but as far as like my go-tos, it was whiskey, it was rum, and beers. I still drink plenty of beer to this day. Now, I mean, I don't really drink heavily too much anymore. I went to Boston a few years ago and gave myself a wicked case of alcohol poisoning, and ever since then, I've just kind of not been all that interested in drinking all that heavily. It was a bad experience, and I don't want to do it again. Yeah, that was a wild, that was a fun night. until I just projectile vomited all over the bathroom and just like spent the night just in. And then we had to drive home from Boston to Cincinnati the next day, and I was in agony during that drive. It was terrible. All right. Anyway, Lamar Jackson hands the ball off to Derrick Henry, who picks up about 5 yards. I can't even understand Welsh people in English. What, you mean like people speaking in a Welsh accent? I feel like Welsh people are easier to understand than Scottish people. Like, I mean, like people with really thick Scottish accents can be kind of hard. And like when I went to Wales, I didn't feel that Welsh people had a particularly unique accent from like English people, right? But I mean, I could be wrong about that. Yeah, well, Mikey's a pretty easy nickname to get to. Would love to win one score games. That's fair. Did the Bills score? Well, they got a touchdown earlier. I think the Ravens false started on that play, so that's good. False start for the Ravens. I'm on the free plan on StreamYard. Dude, I don't even fuck with StreamYard. Like, StreamYard is too expensive, and in my opinion, the free plan sucks, right? Because like you have to use that logo, and you don't get any access to a lot of like, you know, the like overlays and stuff like that. I had like when the Battle of Ohio podcast was on the well, I forget the network we were on. It was before, like, we went to the Spot Pod network, but the network we were with before that, I got free access to StreamYard with them. There you go, Bill, stopping Derrick Henry in his tracks in the backfield. Good to see. But I had free access to StreamYard, and we did a lot of stuff through that. And then eventually, I guess they just didn't pay their bill or something, which is part of the reason we went to the Spot Pod network. And then the Spot Pod network just kind of never really did much for us. But part of the reason we went to the Spot Pod network is because the other one just didn't pay their bill, and we only had access to the free StreamYard. And there was a lot of stuff you could do with StreamYard, but there was also a lot of problems with it. So when I lost access to it, you know, I heard that Tom Grossi used OBS as Lamar Jackson takes a shotgun snap, and there you go. They bring him down in the backfield. It's going to be 4th and 12. Bills defense came to play in the second half. There we go. But I was watching, I think, a Tom Grossi Q&A, and he was talking about how he uses OBS, and then I caught a few glimpses of the program that he was using on his second monitor, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna figure out how to use OBS. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a clunky transition to OBS, and obviously I'm still having some problems sometimes because it's very intense, advanced program to use, but I have so much more control over my content when I use OBS. So that I heavily prefer it to StreamYard's free plan. The Bills muff the punt, but he does fall back on top of it. So that's avoiding disaster there. Go XLR, it's pronounced. It's a basic high quality mic, and you can sample audio and soundboard clips. I love using mine. Yeah, XLR. I also have access to really like high quality digital equipment. Those XLR cables, yeah, right. But no, I have this USB mic and it works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I don't think I'm gonna change, at least for a while. If I start making money off this channel, I might build myself like a legit studio. But for my purposes right now, I'm happy with what I got. Yeah, and sampling audio and soundboard clips and stuff. I can do all that in OBS. So, you know, if I don't have to spend money on it, I'm not gonna spend money on it. And like I said, I might build myself out a studio or something if I start making money off of this channel. If it's something that like make money, I'll take it and I'll reinvest it into the channel. But you know, as of right now, I just do this for fun. I don't make any money. We're about to hit 500 subscribers, so maybe I'll start making. But even then, it'll be a little bit amount of money. And actually, with that, it'll be so I won't make any ad revenue until I hit 1,000 subscribers, right? At 500 subscribers, what I can do is I can stream, and you know, theoretically y'all can send me super chats. I think I can also have channel memberships and stuff. So it's like, if y'all want to give me money, then I can make money that way. But it's like YouTube doesn't give me any money at 500 subscribers. It's all, if the fans want to give me some money, I can do it that way. So it's basically a more streamlined version of having Patreon, right? And I have given some thought to opening up a Patreon at some point, but I don't feel like I have enough people consistently interacting with anything but the live streams right now to really justify opening a Patreon. I don't think that there would really be a whole lot to keep it kind of going right now. So right now, it's just kind of where it's at. White Claw is okay. I don't know. I've never had White Claw. It sounds okay. Don't like beer. I like margaritas and Long Island iced teas. I do like Long Island iced teas. I don't like margaritas. And the reason I don't like margaritas is because I don't like tequila. Tequila, to me, is gross. It's disgusting. And I will say, it's not to say that I haven't ever had a margarita I liked. There's this Argentinian restaurant about 15-20 minutes away from me, and they actually have spicy margaritas, and those are delicious, right? Those are absolutely delicious. I've had some margaritas before that are pretty damn good, but it's got to be mixed really well, because if I taste tequila, I'm out. I hate tequila. Disgusting. All right, 1st and 10, Bills got the ball at the 19-yard line. Josh Allen's under center. He's going to fake the handoff to James Cook. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's just extending the play. He does eventually throw the ball to nobody. That bro is something? Brow? Not sure what you're talking about there, Kara. I don't drink much, only when I go out with friends. I don't really drink much at all. I'll have I don't drink heavily. Hardly ever at all. Sometimes when my friends want to drink, I'll drink with them. But for the most part, I'll have a beer, maybe 2 with dinner. Sometimes I'll go out with my wife and have a couple beers. But it's just about having a couple. It's not really about drinking, if that makes any sense. And it's just because I like the taste of beer. That's really all it is. My nickname is Hurricane. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Josh Allen, there you go. Whoa, throws to the sideline. Keon Coleman picked that out of the air. Great catch. That wasn't the best throw by Josh Allen, but that was a great catch by Keon Coleman. Yeah, turns around and keeps his feet in bounds to secure that catch. That's a great catch by Keon Coleman. There you go. Do agree, but I don't what other service I can use on an Android. I'm sure you can figure out a way. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about OBS is I don't know how to do a lot of stuff on OBS, but it's so open source. You can do so many things on it. I'm sure you could figure out how to use it on an Android. Actually, as James Cook picks up about 4 yards, but I actually, so I have. There's this app called OBS Ninja, right? Or it's like an add-on for OBS, and actually that's how I bring multiple people into the chat. So when we do or into the stream. So when Thomas does the Battle of Ohio podcast with me, or when we have Joe on and stuff like that, I'll create a room on OBS Ninja, and I'll just take the feed from that room. James Cook up the middle, there you go, first down, 6 yards, picks it up, there you go. But I'll give Thomas and Joe and whoever a link to a room, and we'll all be in this room on OBS Ninja, and I'll take the link from the feed link from that room, and I'll put that into OBS. And you can get on OBS Ninja with an Android. So you would also have to have a desktop though. So I don't actually know how OBS would work on a phone, but you could maybe figure it out. But it's also, again, it's OBS is very advanced stuff, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you're just trying to get used to the process of streaming and stuff. It'd be more so one of those things if you've been streaming for a few years like me, as James Cook picks up about 3 yards on the run. If you've been streaming for a few years like me, and you know the technology pretty decently, then maybe you dip your toes into OBS and kind of learn from that way. I mean, I'm 2 years into OBS, and I'm still making all sorts of mistakes on it, and I'm still trying to figure out how certain things work. It doesn't come with a great instruction manual, but there's all sorts of people online teaching you how to use it. Right? It's kind of advanced, but it works. All right, it's an interesting flea flicker from the Bills there, and wow, that play just blew up in their face, and Josh Allen gets the ball knocked out of his hands, and the Ravens recover the fumble. That was the worst play design I have ever seen. What the hell was that? Josh Allen's hurt. There's a flag on the play, too. That was awful. That was just the worst play call I have ever seen. I mean, other than like, let's see, Josh Allen, like they lateral it to him, and then he gets his hand knocked as he's throwing, and that's definitely a fumble. And then he gets plastered onto the ground. And oh boy, that was some awful play design there by the Bills. The only worst play I've ever seen in my life. Um, what's the flag? Unnecessary roughness on the Ravens. So I think, does that mean the Bills get the ball back? What the hell? What was all that about? So like Marlon Humphrey just like knocked Dalton Kincaid down for like no reason. Like it was just what? Well, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. Are the Bills gonna get the ball back, or are the Ravens gonna get it? But they're gonna be like way backed up. Looks like the Ravens are getting it, and they have the ball at the 41. I don't know what the hell just happened. That sucks. OBS is idiot proof. It's great. Use it to stream. Oh, it is. I don't know about idiot proof, Richard. It's pretty complicated to use sometimes, but I do like it. If you can figure it out, OBS is really useful. I use it. I'm currently using it right now to stream. Yep, 4 subs. We're 4 subs away, Jeff. We're so close, and we're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. We are so close, and I can taste it. I can taste it. Still 4 subs away. Yep, I can taste it though. We are so close. I might try to put out a video this week. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I tried to put one out last week, and I just could not come up with the time. But I might try to put one out this week. The problem I have is, like, because of the nature of football, Derrick Henry busts a huge run. Ah, boy, Bills are starting to lose control of this now. The problem I have is that like this semester in particular, all of my classes and all of the busiest parts of my week are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I work all day. So it's like it's really Friday is the only day that I really have to kind of sit down and work on something. I could maybe get a little bit done on like Monday because I don't have to go to work. So like in between classes, I can get something done. On some Wednesdays I don't have to go to work, so I can like after class I can try to work on something. But it's just like that the biggest problem I'm having right now is scheduling. So it's tough, which is why I say I'll probably if we get to 500 subs, I'll start doing more live content because I don't know if I can commit to just doing like just because like doing video content for football requires timing, and I just am not able to get the timing down right now. Like, I mean, the only reason I'm able to do these live streams is because they're all happening on the weekend, you know? I have the weekend available. It's just I can't really make videos on the weekend because it's just about the game itself at that point. All right, Lamar Jackson's going to hand the ball off to Justice Hill, and the Bills bring him down in the backfield there. Wonderful. Don't know how to create a money account. What do you mean? A money account? I mean, what do you mean, like a monetized account? So, I mean, you have to... So what you have to do is you have to get to a certain number of subscribers and public watch hours. So, like, right now, the one I'm shooting for is 500 subscribers and 3,000 public watch hours. And then once you get to that, it's about, you know, basically you can request YouTube to like review your channel and like check it for monetization, and then YouTube will decide will turn your channel into a monetized channel. Or oh my God, Justice Hill's just making the Bills look silly on that one. But yeah, you can YouTube will review your channel, and then YouTube can change your channel to a monetized account or a non-monetized account. You can't set that up yourself. That's how it works. One, maybe two, but not often. Yeah. For me, it's just like it's a beer or two, depending on the night, and depending, frankly, on how much money I have. But I mean, I generally don't drink a whole lot these days. I did when I went to England. Lamar Jackson walks in for a touchdown. When I went to England, I was hanging out with, like everybody on the study abroad trip was like 10 years younger than me. So a lot of these kids were like, 19-year-old kids, 20-year-old kids, who in the U.S. Are legally not allowed to drink. But in the UK, they're legally allowed to drink. So, they wanted to go out to the pub basically every night. And I did not go out to the pub every night. I ain't got time for that. But I did, like, the first night, and I think, like, one other night, I did go out, and, like, I had, we're all having fun drinking and stuff like that. So, I had quite a bit to drink, but I definitely was not a big fan of myself the next morning. So I didn't do that a whole lot when I was in England. All right, Justin Tucker field goal's up, and it's 28-10, and, oh, boy. Dude, the Bills were doing some good stuff, too. Like, I mean, that was the worst play design I've ever seen. And if it hadn't been for that one play, you could be potentially looking at, like, 21-17 right now for the Bills. But instead, it's 28-10. Oh, boy, that's terrible. My brother is a cornerback for West Jefferson. Is that like a high school? That's cool. Yeah, like OBS is really complicated, Mikey. But if you're willing to put in the work to figure out how it works, then OBS is a really good system. I like it a lot better than StreamYard. The one thing I'll say about StreamYard is really easy to use. OBS isn't easy to use. So it might take some trial and error to get it with OBS. And again, I don't even know if you can use it on your phone. You might be able to. If you want something completely easy as opposed to OBS, I would try Stream Elements. OBS thumb down. Interesting. I've never even heard of Stream Elements. So yeah, you might consider trying that, Mikey. Actually, again, I don't want to discourage you from trying OBS. If you want to try OBS and and you're willing to put in the time and effort to figure out how complicated it is, by all means go for it. But if you want something a little easier, I guess try Stream Elements. I've never heard of that before. I know Tom Grossi also uses Streamlabs, which I don't know too much about. I think I like looked into it one time and I was gonna play with it and I never really did. But I also know that the main reason Tom uses that is because like YouTube has like a maximum donation threshold. So if somebody wants to donate like a few $1,000s to a stream, they aren't able to do that on YouTube, but they could do that through Streamlabs. And I'm guessing there's probably more tools and stuff that exist on Streamlabs, so I don't really quite know all of how it works, but I know that's another one that Tom uses, so that's an idea. You could preview on Fridays. I could, Jeff. I could preview games on Fridays. It's not a bad idea. I do that. Might start doing game previews because that is something I could legitimately do. Again, it still might have to be more. It might have to be more constrained than the type of videos that I typically like to make, just because like those are very highly produced and complicated. So I might not be able to do everything I want to do, but that's not a bad idea. Maybe I will do game previews. And I was doing game previews for the longest time, like early in this channel. I was doing game previews, and what I really like to do is I like to either I'd be doing kind of like a Daily Show type thing where like I'd be the host as the Bengals fan, and I'd be interviewing a fan of another team, but it was a caricature either played by me or played by a buddy of mine named Aaron, who you guys might have seen in the chat as Chuckles. He's pretty good at doing impressions and stuff, and he'd play these caricatures of opposing fans for me. And so, I mean, you guys can go back and actually watch those, but those videos are still up. We got a great character out of that called Dan the Steelers fan. He's just the fucking worst, But it's funny. It's funny stuff. The main reason we stopped doing it is because Aaron got busy and couldn't keep doing it. But I mean, I could play the characters myself, to be fair. That's also a lot of work. I did it one time with a Raiders fan, and I thought it turned out well. There you go. Josh Allen off over the middle of the field to Dalton Kincaid, gets it down about the 45-yard line. That's what you need to do. You need to go get some damn... You've got to get points on this drive if you're the Bills. But, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like, I enjoyed doing the Raiders video. It took so much, like, work to put out that one video that to get it out in the time frame that I need to get it out, I don't know. If it's the only video I'm putting out every week, then maybe I could devote the whole week to doing that, right? So I don't know. That's a good idea though, Jeff. I like that idea. That's a good idea. I'll put that on the list. How do you create a title name on OBS? What do you mean? A title name? Like for the video title? Well, you do that on YouTube. So what you got to do is you set up your live stream on YouTube, and then you go into YouTube and you find the stream key, which is like it's like this like blocked out bunch of numbers. Josh Allen throws to Keon Coleman. It's another great pass and another great catch. An okay pass and great catch. So it's gonna be another Bills first down. But yeah, if you go find the stream key on YouTube, which is like this blocked out series of like letters and numbers or something, and then you go into the settings in OBS and you add it to the stream key there, then you can stream directly from whatever you're doing into that YouTube live that you've got. Josh Allen overthrows to nobody. What the hell was that? But yeah, I'm probably not explaining it super well, but there are videos online that can show you how to do that. And so basically, to create the title of your video, you'd create it on YouTube, and then you'd connect your YouTube live stream to OBS, and then you'd actually do the streaming through OBS. But like the title and stuff, you'd put that on YouTube. 497.3 more itchy plats. My YouTube I got signed on in on. What? I you've lost me on that. I don't know. I can't decipher that at all, Richard. Sorry. Josh Allen, shotgun snap, rolls back. He's got Keon Coleman over the middle for about 7 yards. Not a whole lot there, but something. Do predictions and top teams coming in like Tom does. Look, man, I don't want to just do Tom's content. You know, I want to do my own content. But like I do feel you on that one. I do have a power ranking series, and I do kind of want to get back to that. It's never been the most watched series I've ever done. It feels like a lot of work for a very little amount of payoff. Josh Allen's just getting blitzed immediately on this play, and he's got to just get rid of the ball. And I think that's going to be intentional grounding, but the refs aren't calling it. That's weird. 4th down, though. Predictions. I could do predictions. The only thing about predictions is like I try to do those with the Battle of Ohio podcast. That's the thing that me and Thomas do with the Battle of Ohio podcast. The problem is we haven't been super consistent with the Battle of Ohio podcast for the last couple of years. So maybe I should just start doing them on my own channel. Well, on my own show. So it's going to be 4th down for the Bills anyway. Yeah, maybe I should, Richard, do like a predictions episode. But I still really like Jeff's idea of doing previews on Fridays. That's not a bad idea. It might not be quite the same level of like full scale that I want to do, you know. But one thing I want to figure out something like Tom does with like, you know, the characters that he plays. I'd love to do something like that too. I don't necessarily want to do exactly what he does though. So like, I mean, maybe I could do like a Bengals fan reacts to the whatever, because like Tom doesn't do the Bengals fan reactions to every single game. So I could do that, but at the same time, I don't want people to think that just because I'm a big Tom Grossi fan that I just feel like ripping off all his content, you know? But then again, at the same time, if I just do the content, then over time I'll mold it and make it my own anyway. So maybe just go out and do it, right? So, you know, I don't know. I'll give all of that some thought. I'll give all of that some thought for sure. And like again, right now it's got to be really low effort. I don't mean to put it like that necessarily, but it's got to be low work content for me right now, just for me to even be able to get it out in a timely manner. Just because of school and because of everything else. If I start making money off of the channel, I can start dedicating more time to the channel. Basically, consider it like I have to work it into my schedule because I'm making money and stuff. But you know, you know, we'll figure it out. But I do like the ideas. And by the way, as a reminder, I don't know if any of y'all were here when I was talking about this before, but I'm gonna be doing an AMA / town hall type of thing where it's just a live stream where I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna talk about like the channel. I'm gonna talk about like the community and the direction we're all kind of going and everything like that. I don't have a date yet, but just know that is going to be coming. It's a project that I'm kind of doing for school, but I think it's also something we could use to kind of like make this channel something fun. I really like this community we have, and I kind of want to integrate it into the channel a little bit more than we already have, right? So when we do that live stream, I hope to see a lot of y'all there. And then, ideas like we're having right now, it's the kind of stuff we can kind of bring to the table, right? Steelers gonna Super Bowl. Well, they not going to if they lose to the Colts. Itchy Platinum. I haven't seen you here before, though. So if you're new, then, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you're not new, welcome back. And I'm sorry I don't recall seeing you here before. But, yeah. We got some... at the very least, we got some good live streams here, and hopefully we're going to be getting back to content before too long. But we are 4 subscribers away from 500, which is a big deal for me. As Tyler Bass whiffs and misses the kick. Are you fucking kidding me? Bills are trying a field goal, and they missed it, Jeff. It's me. Yeah. Yep. We're 3 away now. Let's go. My YouTube account, why I said 3 now. Oh, I see. Okay. Right on, Richard. Yep, we are 3 away from 500. Almost there. And I'm getting mentally prepared to get there because that means I got to start working a lot harder. All right, well, let's get it done. Let's get it done. All right. 4th quarter, and we're about to lose track of this game, I can already tell. Lamar Jackson, oh my God, he keeps the ball, and he just runs for like 15 yards there. Good God, Bills. Well, bailing early on the game still on the table, because I do have to wake up in the morning, So, we'll see how this drive goes, but looks like the Bills are kind of starting to completely forget how to play football right now, and that might be it for me. Where are the stream keys? So here, if you go, so on my, I'll use my live stream here as an example, as Derrick Henry gets a handoff and he bounces past a few different guys, picks up only about 3 yards, but man. All right, so if you go into the live stream itself, can I hit this button? Okay, I can. Yeah, if you go into the live stream itself, and then you go down into the stream settings, and then it'll basically be like the second thing on the left. It'll say stream key, and in parentheses it'll say paste in encoder, and then you hit copy to get that. You can also see it, but it's just a bunch of like. Derrick Henry gets loose again and gets down to like the 1 yard line. Unbelievable. But yeah, the stream key you can get from the YouTube studio. You go to stream settings, and underneath that, again, you can probably look up a video and they'll tell you how to do it in there. But if you hit copy on that, and then on OBS, what you want to do is you want to go up to File, and then you go to Settings, and then in Settings, you go to the Stream portion, and then there will be this button that says use stream key in parentheses advanced. You click on that, and then you paste what you have over what they have, and then you hit apply and you hit OK, and then your OBS thing is attached to the YouTube stream. So Derrick Henry gets tackled for a loss there, and the Bills are acting like they did something. Wonderful. Might give up now. Yeah, me too, Jeff. I'm about done. Who put a late game in Baltimore? The NFL, I guess. But yeah, Jeff, I honestly, if the Ravens score here, I'm probably done for the night. I'm not gonna stick around just to watch the Bills continue to get blown out when I gotta go to class in the morning, you know. So Lamar Jackson fakes the handoff to Justice Hill. He throws, and it's almost caught but dropped by Rashad Bateman. And there is a flag, though, so they're probably going to call the Bills for defensive pass interference, I'm guessing. Wonderful. Dude, my neck is killing me. I know it's actually holding, but it is on the Bills. So that'll give them an automatic first down. Was that Rasul Douglas? Tom Grossi's devastated seeing Rasul Douglas play badly. Or maybe he's happy because, you know, he's not missing out. But I know he loves the guy, so I don't know. 498, really interesting. All right, so what the hell happened there? The Ravens took the snap and then nothing happened. Are we at 498? It says 497. Yeah, I'm seeing 497. I could be wrong. You want the Bills? I guess Baltimore AFC North makes sense. Yeah, I want the Bills to win. I definitely want now. I don't think they're going to at this point, but I definitely want the Bills to win just because I want the Ravens to lose. That's really all it is. But again, it doesn't matter that much because the Bengals play the Ravens next week. So I mean, you know, we get ahead of them in the division next week if we beat them. So it kind of doesn't matter that much, at least in the short term. In the long term, it might matter, but you know. You predicted Ravens 16-15. Why did you think they were only going to score 16 points? Derrick Henry gets stopped from getting in the end zone there, so it's going to be second and goal. I mean, just because the Saints are playing 13-12 games, Mikey, doesn't mean that that's a normal occurrence. That seems like an odd thing. Might stick with StreamYard for now. That's fair. That's fair. StreamYard's very easy, and if you're willing to basically like if you don't like all you do, Mikey, and this isn't a shot or anything. This is just an analysis. All you do on your streams is basically you get on and you are the entire attraction of it. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball, and the Bills might recover. I might not be going to bed, y'all. Damn. Lamar Jackson saying it's a touchdown, though. Yep, it's a touchdown. Okay. Fumble. I liked the Bills' defense. I don't like them anymore, Mikey. It's over, Ravens. Win. Nice try. Yep, it's pretty much over now, Jim. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and update the score, but as I said, I'm pretty much just going to bail after this. So I'll stay on for a little bit just to talk to you guys a little bit more, but probably give it like 5 more minutes and I'm going to head off to bed. So let's see. Yeah, he did fumble, but it looks like Rosengarten almost recovered it, and then he didn't, but the Ravens ended up with the ball. So 34. And then Justin Tucker's going to come out here and probably make it 35. Yep. 35-10. Terrible. I get what you mean calling Mikey an attraction, but it sounds funny. I don't mean it like that. I don't... I'm not trying to say it like that. No, what I mean is like what people would come for, and basically the only thing on the stream is Mikey. Like it's all you. You Mikey, that's all like I do like graphics and stuff like that. I have like, you know, sometimes I have clips and stuff like that. For you, all you have is you reacting to whatever's happening in the game. And that's your brand. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But that being all you do, StreamYard's probably just fine, right? I mean, for your purposes, StreamYard, you get like that little logo, and that's unfortunate. But other than that, you don't really need to do anything too complicated, so StreamYard's just fine. And that's really all I meant. What were you saying about my streams before you got cut off? I was just saying that your streams are relatively uncomplicated. It's basically just you. You know, it's you and you're like talking about the game or reacting to the game. Like, I have on-screen graphics. Sometimes I have clips that I pull in. Sometimes I'll have like motion graphics and stuff that come in, and I manage all of that with like OBS. I have like my microphone and my dual like here. I'll give you all a little preview. So like this is my setup here. I got like 2 monitors, and then I got the microphone, and my desk is kind of a mess right now. But like I got all this stuff, and I basically manage it all. Keep it all in a good place through the OBS software. But this is just a complicated setup I have here, right? Mikey, you use your phone and you just talk at the phone. Like for your purposes, StreamYard's just fine. If you ever want to do anything more complicated, maybe you would look into OBS, but you don't really need to do that either. So I mean, if you're gonna stick with StreamYard, totally fine. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant, Mikey and Jeff. It's not at all what I was saying the reason people come to the stream. I wasn't saying it like that. No. No. It's not what I meant at all. People on big fan boats. Those big fan boats are interesting because like the hurricanes and stuff, right? No Diddy, no Diddy, no nothing. We're not for lots of reasons, Mikey. No offense, but for lots of reasons, no. That's not what I meant. Justin Tucker is going to kick the ball back to the Bills, and I already said I was bailing on this game, right? So I'm just finishing talking to y'all at this point. Yeah, no, we're not going down that road for lots of reasons, and it's not just Diddy. It's like. I don't want like no ties to like Epstein or something like that, like we're not going down that road at all. Okay. So, okay. But anyway, before I get myself in more trouble, I think I'm going to go ahead and head off to bed. We got 11:23 left in this ball game, and the Ravens are winning 35-10. And I think it's just time to give up on this game. The Bills were kind of, and as Josh Allen throws to Khalil Shakir and he just drops it like for no reason. Yeah, this game's over. So, Bengals get the win. Browns lose. Steelers lose. Ravens are going to win, but that's fine because we play them next week. So, it is what it is. I'm going to go to bed, try to get a decent amount of sleep tonight. Not as much as I'm going to want, but hey, it'll be okay. But, yeah, that is what it is. So, I will leave y'all, as always, with a hootie! As Josh Allen throws another terrible